Mae Peter Prendergast yn un o brif arlunwyr Cymru os nad Prydain. Mae waith o'i weld yn Oriel y Tate yn Llundain ac mewn casgliadau preifat o'r Almaen i Efrog Newydd. Mae'r casgliad diweddara i waith o sydd i weld ar hyn o bryd yma yn Oriel Mostyn Llandudno yn brawf pendant o ddylanwad tirwedd un ardal arbennig o Gymru ar yr artist. Yn wreiddiol o bentre glofaol Abertridwr, ers 10 mlynedd ar hugain mae Peter yn byw yn ardal y Llechi a thirlun deiniolen sydd wedi ysbrydoli rhan helaeth o'i gasgliad diweddara.
In a way, the landscape has kind of a sense of mystery. The fact that people have worked and lived in it. One can argue that's the history of where I live, where I've been. So my curiosity doesn't come from reading books about the history of Wales. It actually comes from looking at the landscape and trying to make sense of it.
Ac yn fy nhywys i o gwmpas yr arddangosfa, yr oedd cydweithiwr a chyn ddisgybl i Peter Prendergast, yr artist Iwan Parry. Mae rhai o'r lluniau sydd yn yr arddangosfa yn arbennig o haniaethol. Sut mae rhywun i fod i edrych ar rheina?
Wel, dwi'n meddwl fysa Peter yn deud, just edrych arno a gobeithio bod rhywun yn teimlo yn reddfol amdanyn nhw. Dwi'n meddwl mae yna mwy o drefn iddo na be mae pobl yn edrych ar, a dwi'n meddwl mae hynna'n gwneud lot o rheola sgyn Peter amdan paent a peintio ac sydd wedi greu y delwedd, a dwi'n meddwl mae'r lliw ei hun ydy'r strwythur. Mae'r lliwiau a'r ffurfiau fel yn llifo efo'i gilydd, fel darn o gerddoriaeth jyst iawn, fel y rhythm y llun, reit trwyddo fo, fel llygad rhywun yn cael ei arwain i fyny a rownd y llun. So, os am man sefydlog i'r lygad astudio, dyna pam ei waith o'n unigryw.
I can't just go into a landscape and then just start throwing paint around in any kind of shape or form. I have to make drawings initially, and even within the painting, so that I actually try to paint everything I can see in front of me. But I know at the end of the day, that's not what painting is going to be about. There's a kind of an urge inside me to go beyond that, to try to create something which is more imaginative and more inventive. I don't really believe that in this day and age we should be painting figurative, realistic pictures. So my idea as a painter would be to be able to push an image as far as I can. So at the end I land up with something which is purely non-referential, doesn't have to relate to the landscape, doesn't have to relate to an object, but becomes an image in its own right.
I fi, dwi'n meddwl bo'r llun yma yn grisialu gweledigaeth yr arlunydd, a dwi'n meddwl bo'r llun i fi y cryfa yn y sioe. Mae wedi cael ei adeiladu gan haenau teno y liw, ac mae'r rhyddid, lle mae'r strwythur yma'n newid yn rhagwyddol, a mae'n cynhyrfu rhywun pan mae rhywun edrych ar y darlun.
A good painting has that ginger of life in it, and I really believe at the end of the day you have to be working on all cylinders to make something which is really exciting, like some of the paintings which I've made outside in the landscape here in Deiniolen. Although it's only one painting, in fact on most of the canvases are probably about 50 or 60 different paintings, and what's happened is that the drawing, I've drawn it, changed it, I've made decisions, but in the end the painting has often landed up being completed in 20 minutes, half an hour.
Mae'r gweithgaredd o beintio yn dylanwadu ar y delwedd, ac as di'r cyhoedd ddim yn siŵr, fe ddylwn nhw edrych ar fwrlwm ac egni ar lliw y darluniau. Dwi'n meddwl, drwy edrych ar nhw'n y cysylltiad yna, dwi'n meddwl maen nhw'n amlwg yn cyffroi rhywun. Mae yna Gymreigdod i'r gwaith, drwy ddefnyddio lliwiau organaidd, lliwiau cyfoethog, lliwiau i rei bobl sy'n llwm, ond y ffordd mae Peter yn defnyddio yn lliw yn llachar ac yn gry, ac mae'n rhaid ysgogiad i rhywun i fynd i weld os di'r lliwiau yna'n bodoli.
I just wanted to contribute to the place that I came from and be very much part of it without being sentimental. And I think what I really believe, I genuinely believe this, that the visual arts is a kind of bridge between both languages that we have. That was the one way of we don't need to worry about whether we shout Cymraeg or whether we speak in English. That paintings can actually unite a culture.
Dwi'n meddwl bod I fywyd o'i gyd yn clodfori Cymreigdod, ond bod yn wrthrychol amdano fe hefyd. A trio ceisio cyfleu Cymru mewn gola gwahanol i'r delweddau traddodiadol o pethau amaethyddol neu diwydiant fel y cyfryw.
I could make pictures of kind of little Welsh cottages with broody sort of skies, and I know there would be a market for those kind of paintings. But that's not how I was taught. I was taught to try to paint pictures which didn't just contribute to art in Wales, or compete with art in Wales, but competed outside of Wales. So my aim and concern has been to try to paint the best pictures I can, which can stand on a pedestal with anybody. And if I fail, that doesn't matter, as long as I can look myself in the face at 65 and say, well, you might not have done anything, but at least you've tried to do something, as opposed to being somebody just turning up painting.
A bydd arddangosfa Peter Prendergast i'w gweld yn Oriel Mostyn Llandudno tan 2 yr 8fed ac yn y Dre Newydd ym mis Medi.